Hi, welcome to the Jan Hayward Show. I'm Jan Hayward. I will tell you why I look like this in just a moment. So tonight we have a really special guest on, Darpan Ahluwalia, and I'll explain a bit more about her name as well in a bit. I usually talk for a few minutes to gather some viewership, and I always give you the lecture at the beginning. If you're watching from my individual Facebook page, which I see some of you are, you won't be able to comment and engage with us. So if you move over to the Jen Hayward Show on YouTube or Facebook, then you can engage with us. So if someone wants to go do that, super. Someone emailed me and said they really enjoy the show, but they wish I was doing more comedy like I used to. And I said, well, this series is a little different. I've evolved as a person. I don't have a lot of time to write lots of comedy. And I think I'm more about the storytelling right now of the people I have. And also, I don't do any research. So right now, I don't have the time or energy for that, but thank you. And for anyone else, whatever, you like it, don't like it. I talk a lot about my lazy eye in this series because I'm obsessed. There's not much to talk about in the news. What happened? The economy is reopening. We're part of the orange zone in phase 18 of the reopening, which affects, no, but it was a crazy day in the news. But I am happy that my friend who is on the show today will likely be reopening her doors because she's been hustling behind the scenes. So I'm just going to bring Darpan on. We're going to chat. Again, if you want to ask any questions, go to the jenhaywardshow.com. Not .com, sorry, Facebook page. So I'm adding Miss Darpan. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. So for those, I did my hair like Darpan in Consultation, but I don't have a hairpiece. I don't have as much hair as she does. And I realized how ridiculous it looks. But I usually wear a hairpiece on the show. So I'm just going to go natural. I told Darpan, she's like, oh, makeup. And I'm like, I don't do makeup anymore. I'm not as vain as you are, Darpan. What can I say?
No, this is all natural. There's no makeup here.
Of course, that's what I mean. That's exactly what you look, and you got
this
the girl
nutrition. Internal nutrition.
So Christina knows you both look good. She says, "Boom!" She's on the screen. That's
Thanks,
right.
Christina.
Yes, thank you, and we do. We always do. Speaking of us, so you were one of the first guests on one of the original versions of this show. I was a completely different person back then. I was big. I'm still big, but I wasn't, I weighed 400 pounds. I was funny, but on our segment, we did some funny bits that I really liked, but I have to apologize to you. Do you know that?
Why is that?
I have since learned that one of the bits that we did in our segment is culturally insensitive. And there's an actual word for it that I don't know. Because now in 5 years, I've become more woke because we were making fun of the fact I couldn't pronounce your name. And I realize in hindsight that is, making fun of hard to pronounce names, but it was really more making fun of the fact that I'm really dumb. Like I thought that was the point of the, not really, but I make that with almost everyone, but then I have since learned more. And so I just wanted to apologize. I know from you didn't feel that, but I just,
no, I did not.
Oh my God.
That's a comedy part. So I didn't take it personally at all.
Oh, I think that's it. We kind of push the boundary sometimes in comedy, and then the boundary changed. I think Bill Burr talked about that a bit, or Jim Jeffries or someone, and I was never a boundary breaker. Hi, Sue. Oh my God. If you guys just want to tell us how gorgeous we are, we're good.
Ooh, thank you, people.
But anyway,
gorgeous.
Well, of course. Hello, you're gorgeous. You always know you are. So we absolutely love having you on again. My dog says hello. This is part of doing the show at home. My son dared walk by, and the dog is like, no one walks by without giving me treats. So Darpan, you were my very first customer with Go For It Deliveries, and we've delivered from you since. And you have evolved yourself into not just selling items, not just doing a little nutrition. Like you're an entire becoming a logistics sort of bigger business. You've become like a total brand and entity for nutritional wellness in Ottawa. So Ottawa and surrounding areas. So congratulations.
Thank you.
So you have, let's go through so everyone knows. So Darpan is a registered holistic nutrition, yes?
Yes. Yeah.
And she is a vampire. You have to go look at the old bits, but we did some stuff. But she does live blood analysis. And in fact, I was like, yeah, I'm sure it's good science. And I did it anyway with you. And she goes, there's something wrong with your digestive system. And I was like, yeah. And then poof, I found out, right? I had Crohn's. And I should have listened to you earlier. And I still only half listen because I'm me, right? I mean, really, if we all did everything we were supposed to all the time, we wouldn't need you, right? Like if we were all like, oh, yeah, I shouldn't eat that much sugar. Okay, thank you for telling me now. Like it's like I'm not supposed to drink wine as much as I do. And anyway, so you're so you do live blood analysis and you do the Total Nutrition Diva. Talk more about that brand compared to the market. What's the difference between that and just selling the items?
So Malitic National Market is just a store. It's my baby. We sell a lot of high quality products there. I'm the head nutritionist because I own it. But Total Nutrition Diva is a name that, a lot of people start calling me Diva for some reason. And then I was called the nutrition guru at some point. And it's just because when a client comes in, I'm not just doing nutrition with them, right? When they come in, I'm looking at them at like a full picture. So we go into energy medicine, we do nutrition, we do chakra balancing. I do a whole bunch of different modalities that I kind of combine all together. So that's why it's called Total Nutrition Diva. So when you come in, we're not just talking nutrition, we're talking supplements, medications, trauma, energy healing. We're doing so much that just made sense for me to call myself Total Nutrition Diva. Just cause when there is a issue in the body, it's not just that single issue. There's other traumas, other things that have happened to make you go to that issue in the body, right? So I'm looking much more in depth as to what the root cause is. For me, everything is the root cause. I'm not bandaging. If someone comes and says, oh, I have pain, I say, okay, I'm not going to just give you a pain medicine. I'll be like, okay, let's figure out why the pain is there. What's the deficiency that could be causing the pain? When did it start? So I'm getting much more in depth into really knowing you as an individual and then working from there, if that makes sense.
Of course it makes sense. No, I think it does. And I think that sort of sums you up because there is no just one answer for everyone. Christina just put up that your treatment saved her life. Aww. And I've heard that before. Kelly Gabby had posted as well publicly that, you were instrumental in the shrinkage of her tumor as well. And she did you alongside doctors, right? So you're not like, nah, don't come see me. Don't go see a doctor. Like it's you work in conjunction with our healthcare team, right? You're a part of the health.
Absolutely. I'm never stepping on the medical boundary. You definitely go see your doctor. You definitely go do your tests. I'm looking beyond and deeper into what's going in the body and happy to work with your doctor if they're willing to work with me. Because you know what? There's a place for both these medicines, the allopathic and the natural. And I would love for them to be working together like Europe does, because we could go so far for our clients working together with that.
It's wonderful. And I heard today that you had your period. Congratulations.
Well, the whole world knows now.
Josh and I went, well, who's the vampire now? It's an inside joke, but no, it is. I brought that up for a reason because I don't have periods anymore. I do not miss them because I do not have a uterus. But they kept my ovaries because they wanted me to still go through the hell of menopause. So I bet you there's a reason behind that. It wasn't just let these little eggs drop and go into the nothingness. Like, they're like, anyway, but so there's important process in menopause. And I know this is one of your specialties because I did some inventory for you and you have a lot of stuff for women over 50, right? So,
yeah. So hormones are really important. Like everybody has a stage of life. We go through birth time, we go through puberty, and then there's the hormones. Not necessarily.
I'm horny right now. Like it's horrible. So. You're really good looking. What can I say? Oh, if this
But
was a
you know,
man, I'd be
seriously,
in so much trouble.
and
My
one of
husband
the
just told me
reasons
this.
one of the
Mhm.
reasons you are horny is because you still have your ovaries intact, right? So you still have that stimulation, you still have that balance of hormones happening, the estrogen, the estradiol, the progesterone, testosterone, all these levels are still, working for you. And
Okay.
and like it's good for your skin, it's good for your whole body. It just people think going through menopause or premenopause is should be drastic, lots of yes, you get symptoms, but if you get severe symptoms, that means there's an imbalance in the body. Okay,
Okay.
so need to look into what's causing that imbalance. When people say, we have this thing in our society, we're like, oh, I'm going through menopause, so oh, hot flashes are normal or
Hmm.
night sweats are normal. Yes, to a certain extent, yes, but how severe the symptom is being happening in the body, that definitely shows there's an imbalance in the body. That's just a personal point of view.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, and then you dig and you find these things, right? So that's part of what you
exactly.
do is you do your analysis, you do your, like how long have you been a nutritionist? Like a long time.
Yes, I actually started teaching in the nutrition school even before I graduated because I knew sufficient amount to be able to start teaching. So I've been a nutritionist now for 19 years,
She
and
started
I've
when
been doing,
you.
well, I started when I was like, 7.
Yeah, you and Angela, you're both 29 forever, rolling my eyes.
Oh,
Carry on.
yes, 29-ish, 29-ish.
Yeah.
And I've been doing live blood for almost 17 years and herbology and homeopathy for about 14 years and energy
Okay.
medicine more so just in the recent, I don't know, 7, 8 years, 7 years maybe. Yeah.
Okay. So
Mhm.
that's, I mean, it's a lot. And well, you're always evolving your skill set. And I like that. I like that about you. So as you're moving along, oh, wait, we haven't even finished all the things you do. You
Oh, okay.
also, yeah, you were like, hey, I'm not busy enough. Why don't I design and develop my own tonic that's going to help people with all of their ailments? So you have golden root. It is
Yes.
in my fridge that I forget to take every day.
Oh,
But
bad
it's
girl.
no, I know it works, right? And so why does it work on so many things? It is magic, and I want to know why. Don't tell me your secret ingredient, but why is it working to the level it is?
Because it's magic.
All right, it's a magical tonic, and so it literally it helps your digestive health, and I get that, but it can also help with other ailments as well, like some
Yeah.
immunity boosters, things like that. Which right now everyone should be downing some golden root every day to get our immunity up to get ready for we're all
You know
gonna.
what? Honestly, it is because it's such a bioavailable, unique blend that I formulated, and it's made in through a Health Canada GMP lab. I'm not allowed to make it. It's been like good 3 years. I'm not allowed to make it, otherwise they'll pull my license on it. Everything's made in the lab, and then it comes. It is just such a uh, amazing product. Of course, there's no miracle. I mean, whatever. Yes, it's got some magic to it
It's
because it's got
science-based, but yeah.
Diva's magic in it. But no, honestly, we have people with any kind of Crohn's, IBS, any kind of digestive issues using it with
Yeah.
great success. You can check so many testimonials. We have a lot of people with any kind of immune system disorders, under or over. Surprisingly, very even good for people with lupus who can't take a lot of immune stimulants because
Yeah.
it's balancing the body. And a lot of people with inflammation, so pain is huge, arthritis, osteo, rheumatoid, any kind of pain. I
Yeah.
have so many testimonials, and it's so nice to hear when people come back and say, I've used it for, like, someone just from PEI called me 6 something in the morning a few days ago saying, oh, I'm sorry, I thought I was calling the store, but she had my cell number, and I've been only on it for a week, but my pain's down by 50%. Like, this is awesome. So I like hearing these stories. It
Yes.
is food grade. And I just want to let people know, a lot of times people are going online and checking the product. Golden roots is there are many golden roots out there. I obviously didn't think of it well enough when I called it golden root, and why I called it because it's golden color, it's roots in my Indian culture. But there's lots of golden roots out there. The botanical name for a product called rhodiola, which is good for your adrenal glands, is called golden root too. So when people go and buy it and then send me a message, oh, I tried it for this, but it didn't work. Well, you didn't get the right product. So you want to make sure you're getting the golden root by.
You should be getting golden root is Manatic Natural Market, and
Yes.
I believe
Go for it has it. Go for it.
Did you actually shop it, or did we get it now?
It's coming to you this coming week.
Yeah. As soon as Darpan brings us the product, we're doing same day fulfillment for you.
There you go. And yeah, so just want to let people know it's not the same product. Definitely go check out
That's very good.
National Market. I've told Nutrition Diva to find the right product, and you're welcome to call and get information from me. And why it's another thing is unique is because it's food grade, it's very unlikely to interact with your medications. Even though you want to take a good hour away from your medication, it's pretty cool.
It's good stuff. Absolutely. Manatic Natural Market, not anywhere else. Now, that's something I want to talk to you about, because you and I have had many in-depth conversations about business and life, and a lot of wine is involved usually, or we'll just text. But two things about what you could be one of the most empathetic people I've ever met, right? Like you can just even tell from just, I don't post as sadly as I used to, right? Because I'm not as sad as I used to, but you can just tell when something's off, right? Like, because I don't have huge traumatic events happening, but you can just tell, and you will reach out and be like, something's going on with you. And I'm like, it is, stop being a witch. But
I am called a witch doctor. I'm not sure why, but
absolutely. So you have that empathy and that ability to see people in a different, like in a holistic manner. But you also are like me at times. Well, okay, when I say we're too generous, I shouldn't say me and that, but kind of in that. So I know something that you'll never say online that I'm going to say happens to you that I don't like, because you would look like you're complaining, but I'm going to complain for you. Okay. And this is a lesson for anyone who is supporting local business. Okay. If you call Darpan or you're like at phone for some nutritional advice, and you get the nutritional advice and you go then shop somewhere else, that's rude. You have used, not all health stores have a registered nutritional holistic person there, right? So you are absolutely, and as much as she should be charging for that time, I understand you want to do good, you want to answer phone calls. But when people are bold enough to say, oh, great, now I'm going to get it down at Cardish or something like that. And Cardish, I'm sure, is fine, and they're locally owned, blah, blah, blah. They went through their stuff this year, but Darpan gives to the community. She's around the community, and if you phone it's like someone phoning me and saying, "Could you please tell me how to deliver this from point A to point B, and all the things involved with becoming, a logistics expert." Oh, never mind. I'm just going to use Canada Post. That's not even the same, because that's nothing. I'm just like, okay, use them, right? But it's like someone else starting a courier business or something. But it just seems to me like a slap in your face, and you're too sweet to ever say anything. But folks, this is something that happens. If you're going to support a small business, don't just pick their brain for things. If you're phoning for advice from someone who owns a store, a small business that's been forced to close, and she gives you amazing advice on what's going to help your symptoms with your stuff. It's not like there's, oh, I like here's my multivitamin, I'm good. Your stuff. But then to get it somewhere else is kind of a slap in the face. And Darpan has never complained about this. She just mentioned it happens because you're so sweet. So, if you're going to follow up and support local, if you're going to support local, don't do it and then go to Costco. That's my little rant for you. She can't say anything. It is just something that happens. I know. And I say,
it happens. And I do a lot of free bono work. A lot of people can't afford it. So I feel like I know the answers. I know I can help. But at the same time, I am, as I said, adapting to this new COVID way of doing things. So I'm still always there to help you come into the store, talk to me. But I have started charging for consultation. You'll be very proud of me.
I am proud of you because your
Yeah.
time is worth money, right?
Yeah.
Because you're the total package. It's like someone could go, I mean, a little shout out for me. Someone could go somewhere else. They're not going to get the level of service. I found out someone definitely undercutting us with their customers. And I said, well, if the customers feel the need to go, then I'm sorry, but I'm not going to go lower. I need to make sure my people are paid properly. And for you, it's valuing you. Manatech Metro Market, and you're not going to be good to anyone if you're not making money and keeping it sustainable. I can't believe how we've grown up. Do you know what I mean? Like we've
It's
learned
been
these
a rough
things.
year. It's been a rough year, definitely, especially being a small business, being shut down. It's been tough. But you know what? Like, I mean, I'm still standing. You know what I mean?
Right?
There are a lot of businesses, unfortunately, who had to shut down or show closure or bankruptcy. So,
But
like,
you
I'm
hustled
standing
your butt
strong
off
at the
too.
moment because this is all I know. So, I mean, like, COVID has gotten COVID's not doing nothing to me right now.
Well, no, you're good. And that's it. You keep yourself safe and you keep others safe. And it's a needed essential service, which is dumb that we can't go to your store. But anyway, but we will back on the 16th, I think, right? So,
Yeah. So we're
oh, I love
essential. Yeah, we're
Sid
open.
watching.
Oh, hey, Sid.
Sid, lovely to see you. Yeah, and we love you too. Everyone loves Sid. Sid's just amazing, right?
He
So,
is
Darpan, with all
amazing.
this going on, so with COVID, right? Like you're shut down, you're not shut down. I've seen, the people who are making it to some degree are the people who have pivoted and are like, I guess I'm doing this now, right? And just go because you can't. Like it sucks and it's hard and we all have our days, right? And then you still have to get up. Like it doesn't matter how bad things are, and I know I went through this more. I went through my own stress this year, but it was a
Yeah.
different. But I went through this whole thing, 4 or 5 years ago when we started this journey, because, well, I could have just sat there and not fought, but you have to fight for your family. And that's another thing. You're really nice. And so online, you never argue with people. Like you're a sweet person. You understand the difference between, because
I
you
don't
really
like
care.
confrontation.
No, well, yeah, I get that. Well, believe it or not, I don't either. I just like to cause it. And then leave. Well, no, but my posts have been a little more, a little less open. Like I tell the story without telling
You
all
know
the
what? I
stories.
think that's great. I think if you're able to release whatever it is that's bothering you in that way, hey, you know what? Nothing wrong with that. I'm a
Yeah.
very personal, very private kind of person.
Yes.
So I try not to give out a lot of my personal, private information out there. Yes, I'm struggling
Absolutely.
too. I get my ups and downs too. I try to stay positive, but I'm telling you, even staying positive is exhausting, especially this past year. But
Right.
as I
And
said,
I've seen you on your down days, and you're like, I'm fighting it. But that's it. Everyone is going to have the down days right now. Like even the people who are doing great, people who are, double income earners for the government with no kids. Well, they're still stuck at home together.
yeah,
Like, I get loving
lots
your
of
husband
divorces happening. I'm kidding.
24/7, 24. No, well, Josh and I, before the COVID, actually worked every day together. And now we work together, but we don't. So we have different roles and responsibilities. And we just found it was better for me to stop yelling at her. It was like we had a meeting. We have a traffic meeting every morning with the dispatch and management team, just 5-10 minute meeting. Usually goes for 20, but whatever, we talk. And so this morning we're going to a round table, and I'm like, and then a Josh, and I'm like, hey, look at who looks sexy today. And Josh just goes, is that appropriate workplace talk? And everyone like applauded him because it's just, it's hard to be around your spouse that much, especially when
Yeah,
there's as Josh.
yeah.
But it's hard. So I appreciate what you do out there. But as you're pivoting, so what kind of things bring you the joy that you need?
Oh my gosh, my kids for sure. Helping people, getting like seriously, it's my what's the word? You can call it like an addiction almost, right? Like someone has addiction for chocolate or coffee or whatever. for me, it's like I thrive on it when people come and say, "Oh my God, that helped me." It gives me a boost. It gives me a purpose, you know, because this is my passion. I love what I do. So when I hear feedback, that feedback feeds me like to the core, and I'm ready for the next step then. So it's been
many
good getting
people,
the feedback.
well, and I think so many people forget to do that. Do you know what I mean? Like so many people will, like if you look at reviews, now I'm pretty lucky and you're, you know, we get good reviews and things like that, but I see people tear people's business apart for no reason. I'm like, why would you? I have never hated something so much that I need to go make a review. It's either, oh, I just want, but when I'm, oh, that's something really good that happened, I want to share. But it just seems to be our culture has been that in that call out way or that whatever. It's
But
like we
we're in
have
social media too. It's easier access. In old times, the person would actually go step into the person's space and talk to them, as in like, you know, this is the issue I had, and they would try to resolve it. Whereas there is not much of that left anymore because it's so publical, it's so public, and it's so social media is so easy that they think it's easy to just go through that, not knowing the other person's side of story. And I'm like not blaming either sides, but I think we're losing a lot of the that personal in-person touch that our ancestors used to do, because they solved a lot of problems themselves without the whole world knowing. But yeah, I mean,
well, the whole community in mind would know. Oh, there would be involvement, but that's it. So I mean, really, if you think about like it, and in my like in the Indigenous culture, the how they would resolve things was really based on social control and you know, community balance. So it really have to do, and it's not just a balance of what's best for the community, but it's also for the land, you know, for the food, because everything impacts. And I think we've come so far from that, so far. Well, I want to share something that created some joy for me. We're not going to show the whole thing, but I just learned how to share. So this is pretty cool. I'm going to see if it works. If it doesn't, whatever. I don't get paid for this. Okay, so just, oh, no, that didn't work either. Okay, I'm going to try and share, and I'm going to see if it works, and then see if you can see it too. So I'm sharing my screen and sharing, and for a second, it's going to look dumb. And then I'm just gonna, so this is a governor in Nairobi. I'll turn it up, I'll turn it up. No. Okay, so he's walking. Oh, wow, okay. Can you see it?
Oh, I don't know what happened. No, I can't.
Now can you?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. He's walking, Sorry, I thought I had a cue. There we go. So he's doing his ceremony stuff, right? So he's ceremony. Okay, and then more ceremony. Okay, I did not cue this. Good thing to know. So this is their whole ceremony in Nairobi. Okay. And okay, they're walking again. Sorry. Keep watching. The joy is coming. It's coming. Okay. Okay. So this is right. One of the highest ranking officers in the governor of Nairobi. All right. Yeah, it's still happening. All right. It's happening. And he's like, yeah, I'm in a ceremony, et cetera, et cetera. All right. This is what people who just tuned in are like, what is going on? Yeah. All right. There we go.
Oh, so, yeah.
Have you been following this?
No, I have not. This is awesome.
Yeah, so we'll talk about, just watch it for a couple, like it's just so great.
So tell me, is this their way of celebrating some kind of victory, or?
It is, oh, let me stop share. Okay. No, it is, oh, I like our other way better. No, what it is, okay, I need to cue better. No, it's that Jerusalem, it's a song that was a South African released it like last year, and it became popular this summer, but because we're North American and don't know anything, yes, I said it's Jerusalem. And so it has a They did a national challenge. So if you Google it, it has like the Swiss police did the challenge, and then they challenged other police forces, and it got all the way around the world. So finally, North America's like, hey, that's kind of cool. So I got wind. I was obsessed. I watched an hour of it yesterday, an hour of people doing the same dance. I'm like, oh, let's see this. So I'm definitely going to do it. And I think that, I don't know why it brought me so much joy, but it did. And that's what I love is those little small things. So I'm going to make you do it too, because we have nothing but time. But I want you to learn it.
I love dancing.
Challenge other entrepreneurs. So Papa Gopher might do it too. He says no. He said absolutely not. But go for it's doing it. And I think that is our big takeaway, is that no matter what, you and I survive and we'll thrive, but it's the positivity. Even when I'm not being positive now, I am, if that makes sense. It's all a sliding scale for me.
It totally makes sense. It does. It does.
Yeah. I mean, I used to want to die every day. So it was just a different, do you know what I mean? Like, it was just different. Now I just don't, like, and a lot of bad things have happened. And I'm like, well, that sucks. I guess we'll have to figure something else out, right? And I have. And
you know what? It could always be worse, right? So, like, I mean,
absolutely. Well, even when we thought we may go bankrupt, and you know how close we were, and we thought it, and we said, we'll be okay. We'll figure it out. You know, because it's just a business. In the end, I'll figure something out. But I'm really happy it turned out.
I'm happy for you. This is great. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, no, it's good. And so thanks for you. So are you, what are you doing to get ready for the 16th? So you found out today that you're able to open again, because we're orange.
So I don't know if you knew, but this is my 20th year of anniversary for the business.
Mm-hmm.
And I wasn't able to celebrate it, but it's still in the year of the 20th year. So I have a very good friend, Angela, helping me revamp and make my place look absolutely gorgeous. So I want to have everybody come and celebrate the 20th anniversary. I have my friends Ruth and Emily helping put something together as well. We were going to just do a Zoom party, and we perhaps still might have to, depending on how many people are allowed. But I want everybody to just come and see the new space, what we've done with it, new things we've done with it, and just come and bless the place.
Well, I think that's good. Yeah, no, I can't wait to see. I meant to come in, but you know, the whole Christmas, and then we're getting ready for the Day of Love. Wow, people are really uptight about making sure people get their Valentine's treats. Like, oh yeah, like already. And I'm like, oh, that's right. Be a trendsetter and have it on not Sunday. But actually, no, it's busy every day. Like, people are getting flowers this week. If you don't get a flower, I'm not getting flowers, but still, we've never celebrated Valentine's Day. It's just not our thing. We like to say, oh, we're against the commercialism. But the fact is, when we started our relationship, we were broke, right? And my very first Valentine's Day with Josh, I got him a singing quartet, and he was a line cook. And he couldn't leave the line. And so they just sat there singing while he's working. And he was like, that was freaking awkward, Jen. And he got me a keychain with a heart on it. And he said, you already have the key to my heart. Here's the keychain to go with it. And I still have it. It was the most, I said, you can't top that. And he never has. He has never even tried to top that. So when sex was new, he was really romantic. But now he's like, is that vagina really worth some flowers? And apparently not. Yeah, no, you can't comment. You're like, whatever. Well, listen, my dear, I know you're not feeling well tonight, so I really appreciate it. Not COVID, everyone. She has her period. I'm being not. No. Josh just said you're such a bitch. I know now. All my future guests are like, no. But here, I need to go through some of my future guests for people so they know. That's okay. So like this Wednesday, in the lessons learned, we're sort of finishing a little bit with the entrepreneur segment. So we have Paul from Flying Paint and Colors, and he's going to come and talk. We're going to talk about remittance and CRA. It's going to be financial lessons. Those are hard ones that I think are important for anyone who's going to be an entrepreneur. The 12th, we're taking off because it's Valentine's Day weekend and I'll be working 18-hour days. But then on the 15th, on Family Day, we have Abby Haggard from Canada Television, from the Care Bears, from Teddy Ruxpin. So I don't think an hour is going to do us justice. And then on the 17th, we have Miss Biff Naked, who's going to be joining us. On the 19th, it will actually be a party online. Josh and I are our 21st wedding anniversary, so we're going to be away. Yeah, on the 19th, so we're going to join. We may be drunk, I don't know, but we're gonna chances are. So my special guest is my husband. We're going to actually just tell some stories from our marriage and the lessons along. You know, he's like, the lesson is I should have left her 5 years ago, and then we have Jesse Reynolds on the 22nd.
Oh,
so,
you got some good lineup happening. That's awesome.
Yeah, so we're sort of finishing entrepreneurship and we're going into more celebrity, that sort of thing. And
what? Wait a second, I'm not a celebrity?
Well, if they called you a diva, what? What? That's because you are always, no matter how many galas we went to, you always had a different dress. Like, it's like Sid, if you're still watching, personally dressed you each and every time. And I'd be showing up. I have one dress. Here it is, gawk, and you know, that's whatever.
You know what? I when I go out, I like to wear like dresses. I'm such a girl, and when it comes to that, otherwise
it doesn't make you a diva.
Sweatshirt and jeans. I love my sweatshirt and jeans, but when I go out, I like to wear a nice, sexy long dress.
I won't lie to you. I want to go out and have a big gala, and I want to I don't want to put on makeup. I want someone to put makeup on me and do my hair, and I want to be pampered for a night and be a princess and go without my husband because he was like a fuddy-duddy with his things. He's like,
as soon as all this is over, there's, I think, the anti-bully campaign gala coming up, so that should be a good one to go to.
Is it live or?
Well, we don't know. We'll find out.
Post-pandemic right now. Until I get vaccinated, I'm not going anywhere. So I shouldn't even be working to the level I am. But you and I both know. We've got...
Just take a golden route, you know, it'll help a little bit.
Right. I should really be doing that because I'm notorious for this. And you and I both know it's not it's one of my blocks of self-sabotage is not taking care of myself. And I think that's a big one for most women, right? So another lesson. So everyone, try and find some joy and positivity, but I'm going to keep following up with this Jerusalem. I'd love to see as many people do it as they can because no one else around me wants to. And I think it looks so fun. And I think I need to do something fun, but not too silly. We tried to introduce the sock puppet and we got hate mail from the sock puppet. So my husband was like, I don't want to do it. It's awful. So I'm involved.
Definitely join in.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we would do like tampon puppets. Like we can do whatever we want. So no, not redheaded ones. Anyway, I'm going to end on some gross out humor. Thank you all. Thank you, Darpan. You are always
Thank you for having me.
Go have a nice hot bath and it's gummy time for me. So thanks so much from Go For It Deliveries, which is gummy time and Go For It in the same thing. I'm not your typical CEO. Be honest, be positive. That's the lesson for today. Be like Darpan. And for God's sakes, Manatech Natural Market is where you shop for your vitamins. We can deliver it. It's not that expensive, but stop offering free shipping, Darpan. They can pay. And that's my lecture for everyone today is if you're going to use someone's expertise, follow up by paying them for their services. So miigwech to everyone, and we'll see you next time. Okay.
Bye.
Bye-bye.